just coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Cleveland Browns. This will make it into the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin. At the 25. They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
He was brought down.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 24. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20 because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
2 yards on the play.
Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs.
taken the early lead.
Austin Cybert.
Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
Hey, Charlie.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 10.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Nick Chubb, the ball carrier.
Yeah, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. They'll roll him out right. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. 11 yards there. 1st down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Mayfield on 1st down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. There's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
To Nick Chubb.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up first and goal.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Carrier brought down at the 2-yard line. A gain of 3 brings up second and goal.
From the 2 now, second and goal. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
Makes the score Browns 14, Jaguars nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end.
First quarter with the score Browns 14, Jaguars nothing.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Sacked.
And looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9.
It's 3rd and 9.
Off play action, it's Minshew. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
Intercepted by the Browns.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
Andy, you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit. That's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be second down.
Covered by C.J. Henderson.
Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Mayfield. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. Let me finish. And you're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
12 yards there and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
39-yard line.
They'll hand it now to Geis. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41.
The ball carrier.
Olivier Vernon brings him down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On the handoff, it's Geis. They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
50, plant. Check. Go. Who got 17? Trick. You got 3. Hey, Jet.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Kill.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Interception.
So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
The tackle made.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And some room to roam now. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Ball carrier.
Nick Chubb on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ball game. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Their own 16-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun is Minshew. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. That's the rookie from LSU, Grant Delpit.
You know they pay me extra for this.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Austin Seibert on for the point.
So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy, that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. That's the rookie from LSU, Grant Delpit. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. Following the interception, Mayfield. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. A big play there just before halftime. 52 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Rush in. Check 3, check 3. Hurry. Let's go.
They'll run with John. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it. 2nd down and goal. Mayfield. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown.
Cleveland.
David Njoku in the final seconds of the first half. And this offense continues to pour it on. And his kick is right through.
The score, Browns 38. Jaguars nothing.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Taken about 7 yards deep. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And how about this right out of the locker room, an onside kick attempt. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Browns continue to roll.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Their own 19-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Throwing on first down is Minshew. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now a give. Right side, it's Geis. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
He was brought down by...
Decided to hit it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Play action. It's Jackson. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. That's the rookie from LSU, Grant Delpit. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Browns 52. Jaguars nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. from the gun. Minshew to throw. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Good work by Minshew there to pick up the first.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
60 out, dog.
On a jet sweep, here comes Chark. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
Wide receiver.
B.J. Goodson there on the tackle.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Browns' 48-yard line.
From just shy of midfield, Minshew. And now here is another interception. B.J. Goodson with a pick. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Chubb, the Browns ball carrier.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
From midfield now on 2nd down. Mayfield. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one a first down pickup of 8.
First down, Cleveland.
You remember me? Let's go, baby. 57. Mike, 57. Rip right, rip right. Quick the edge, quick the edge. Come, come.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
44's the mic. 44's the mic. I'm coming.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. They couldn't get anything going there out of the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action from Jacksonville.
Kings, Kings, Kings.
A give. This is Chubb. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And a nice carry and a first down for Cleveland. A nice pickup there by Nick Chubb, who's a bright spot for this Cleveland offense. He finished 2nd in the league in rushing in 2019 with nearly 1,500 yards on the ground and got into the end zone 8 times. And how about this for durability? Has not missed a game in his NFL.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Complete to number 13.
Odell Beckham with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are pouring it on.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that will extend this big lead. Oh, and miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. You know, it's great to be a Pro Bowl quarterback, all-pro wide receiver. Those guys get all the endorsements. Well, we've seen a lot of guys carve out a great career as a special teams ace.
And it's one of the most important parts of the game. We can talk offense and defense all we want, but the third phase, special teams, that can be the difference between winning and losing. And how about the big play created here? Big-time effort, and that can help his team.
Second straight week, he's forced to fumble. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Mayfield looks to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. They run it again with Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns.
Cleveland.
A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
For the point after.
Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they were ultra confident coming in, that's for sure. They had won 7 straight, but number 8 not looking to be in the cards right now. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Minshew, 1st and 10. Able to find his running back, Geis. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, and they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Dayon Buchanan leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Second down.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
Throwing, Mayfield. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And some room to maneuver. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Touchdown, Cleveland.
Nick Chubb with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
73. Jaguars, nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 12.
They go play action now. Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
57. Mike, 57. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Handoff comes to Chubb, and he stopped immediately there. The tackle made by Calebon Chason. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And again, It's Chubb. And power running here down to the 6-yard line.
Nick Chubb.
Yeah, he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
And it's 3rd down.
Jet sweep to try to pick it up. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I was wondering before that last play if someone on the defense stepped in the huddle and said we've been run over, run around, run through all game long. Can we come up with one stop right here?
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense.
And my goodness, another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
At their own.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dayon Buchanan gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Cybert on for the PAT.
Point after.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Makes the score Browns 87, Jaguars nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with...
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
First and 10 at the 50.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence.
There he goes left side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance.
And my goodness, another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver. And it's second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
23 yards, the final tally.
23 yards.
Well, the lead late in the fourth, but Mayfield's going to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Mayfield throwing quickly out to Beckham. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Odell Beckham, incomplete. Curtin-Dix on the coverage.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Florida, C.J. Henderson.
Mayfield's pass intercepted.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes, Coach, say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something. Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.